Welcome back to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. Let's just jump right on in. The Family Chantel, the latest episode. They're still in the Philippines and we're also in the Dominican Republic. I want to get to the Dominican Republic in a second, but let's talk a little bit about what's been happening in the Philippines. As you saw, they went to the Philippines, the Family Chantel, to celebrate a second wedding for their son Royal and his wife Anjanette. Anjanette is showing a side of herself that we didn't see in the States. I don't know if it's the fact that she's home with her family, whatever it may be, but Anjanette is a little bit more than we thought. And did Karen get it right? Is Anjanette just using Royal? Was that Royal's baby that she lost? I don't know. Anjanette does seem like a darker character than we originally thought. I mean, so is Royal, let's be honest. But did she use him to get to the United States? I mean, we will probably never know. However, a lot of things are a little strange. This whole Facebook and Karen at this celebrate. First of all, this celebration for their engagement, not their engagement, sort of their wedding. I don't know how they would describe that. Why were they only serving pork? Like, I get you're in another country, but why wouldn't they have other meats, like a chicken or like, I don't understand. Why was that the only option? And why were there no vegetables? Like, come on, I know there are vegetables in the Philippines. Maybe it's traditional, but I just feel like if you're having Americans there, I mean, this is where we find a balance. Let's have a mix of different things, especially vegetables and fruit or some other options besides rice and pork. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't blame them for being like, okay, so what if you don't eat pork? What are we supposed to eat? We don't even have some vegetables we can put on a plate. I get that part. Like, I felt for them in that situation. They're ignorant in a lot of ways, but I just was sort of like, that's the only option right now: pork blood and rice. I mean, the rice looked good. Anyways, at this party, Karen attacks. Well, okay, she didn't attack. I'm being dramatic. She confronts Anjanette's mother. Anjanette sees it, moseys on over to interpret what her mother was saying. Her mother just looked like, what is happening here? She just seemed like, what is wrong with these people? I mean, first of all, Karen was very sweet. As you saw in the previous episode, she brought lots of gifts for the mom and the family, and that's all well and good. But there is a little something strange going on with Anjanette. She loses her mind at this party. But before the party, Royal confronts his family and says, no, bringing up issues and things like that at this party. The mother, Karen, she really stood on her like, what are you saying? Like, what is happening here? Like, you already knew that this was going to be a mess, and you already knew that this family was going to start trouble at this party. They start the trouble at the party. It's only getting better. Like, you wouldn't think the Family Chantel would be this interesting, but it is. Pedro is just sort of like, better them than me, but he's a little confused, like, what is happening? He knows the Family Chantel is crazy, but he also is wondering what is really going on with Royal and Anjanette. Did Anjanette use him? Pedro's sort of like us, watching it all and being entertained by it all. But speaking of Pedro, let's talk about his sister and mom in the Dominican Republic. As you know, Pedro's sister is dating a boy that's Dominican, but he lives here in the States, in New York specifically. The mom doesn't like him because he's married. She finds out in this episode that he's married and loses her mind. But this is the realest moment of this entire episode of both families. The mother, first of all, the mother when she was younger looks like her daughter. Like, they're like twins when they were at that particular age. Anyways, they were showing old pictures. But the mother tells a story of Pedro's father and how similar it really is to her daughter's situation. And I'm sort of like, okay, now I get why you don't want the same for Nicole. That to me was the realest moment of the Family Chantel. It was, you really, like, she held back tears, but you could feel it in her eyes how she doesn't want the same for her daughter. She wants her daughter and son to get the education, to live better than she did. Like, her story of being with this man who left her for his wife and family really was touching. It was like, whoa, we're having a real moment on the Family Chantel. Like, it was really sweet. But of course, it went from that sweet, genuine, real moment to her chasing Nicole's boyfriend with her handbag in the park. She's producing a reality show, but I am in. What are your thoughts on the latest episode of the Family Chantel? Let's talk about it in the comments. What was your favorite part? Was that part real to you? It was so real to me in regards to her past and dating a married man. But let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.